Well, we're paying a lot of attention to every region of the state, but both Charlie and I understand that not only this election, but after the election, that the Lowell and Merrimack Valley is a very important area. And if you look around at what's happened over the last couple of years, without a doubt, I think this region has had a more difficult time than other parts of the state, primarily because of the sales tax increase. And I think that if you're a small business owner and you're in retail and you're in this area, every morning when you wake up, you're at a 6.25% disadvantage with somebody who does the same thing right across the border. It makes it really difficult, and so as far as job creation goes and getting the economies of this region of the state jump-started, Charlie and I are going to spend a lot of time doing what we can do to help push that forward.
Now, would you do anything specifically for the border area in terms of sales?
Well, I think the first thing we're going to do is try to roll back the sales tax to 5% because we think that that's really important. And again, we've been up in this region an awful lot during the course of the campaign. And we've met with all different types of businesses, small, medium, and large, and we hear the same thing over and over. I think we'll be up in Lawrence tomorrow touring a factory, and we're just we hear a lot from business owners about how permitting process in Massachusetts is really difficult compared to New Hampshire. The regulatory process is difficult here compared to New Hampshire. And when a community as close as some of these communities are in New Hampshire, it has a huge impact on the local economy. So we're going to spend a lot of time really trying to simplify things and work to make sure that economic development takes place in this area and is unleashed in this area.
Can I ask you about a national issue? The recent decisions out west on Don't Ask, Don't Tell being constitutional. Do you support those decisions? Do you think the Obama administration should appeal them? Do you think the national Republicans should vote on the issue?
Well, I think that the president, when he took office, I support repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I think it's really important to do. And I think that the president should have issued an executive order to repeal it as soon as he took office, and certainly tried to push, barring that, push legislation as soon as he took office when he had so much momentum to push it through. But instead, we're in a situation now where the president asked the Department of Defense to put together a plan, I guess, to get rid of the policy and report back on December 1st. And now we're in a situation where a lot of people, and I think rightly so, are waiting for the Pentagon to come back with their recommendation. So, I think this is a classic case of where the public is so far ahead of where government is, because I think the public overwhelmingly supports repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and they understand that it's discriminatory and that the people who are out there defending our country and risking their lives should be treated with respect and should be treated equally under the law.
And do you feel that you're way out ahead of the Republican Party and the rest of the country?
No, I don't feel that at all. I mean, I think that there are a lot of fair-minded Republicans out there that probably will end up voting to get rid of the program, get rid of, Don't Ask, Don't Tell. But the president, again, by asking the Pentagon to put out a report on December 1st, gave a lot of people, I guess, a reason to wait and for it to happen. And I'd point out, I don't think it's a Democrat-Republican issue, because Don't Ask, Don't Tell was put in place by a Democratic president and voted on by a Democratic Congress. So, I don't think it's strictly a partisan issue back and forth. But I think that since it was put in place, people's opinions on that issue have really changed. And again, the public is way further out ahead of where the government is on it.